GearNetwork.com.
This is a Gear Network production.
Misguided Musings is an explicit podcast, and some of the content in this episode may not be suitable for anyone under the age of 18. It is the sole discretion of a parent or guardian to play the entirety of this podcast in the presence of children under the age of 18.
It is also the opinion of everyone involved with this podcast that boobies are awesome. Notice we stayed away from phrases such as tits, sweater meat, shoulder cannons, naughty pillows, bazongas, bolt-ons, chest puppies, and of course yum-yums. Enjoy the show.
The following is a misguided production.
It's Tuesday, July 5th, 2016, and it's time for another episode of Misguided Musings with Sarge, Jesse, Matt, and your host, Jordan.
Produced by Tom Turnup.
Welcome to episode number 20. This is our POV episode. What we're going to do is we are going to start off with some current events, and then we're going to talk about our field trip to the Boston Cannons and play you some audio that we got while we were there. Then we're going to close out the episode.
There was no chaperone.
No chaperone on our field trip. We were unescorted.
I caught Matt making out with a mascot behind a dumpster. The weird thing was, it wasn't even a mascot for the Cannons. I don't even know where he found him.
Hey, we don't know what the gender of that mascot was.
That's true. I should be more gender neutral.
This is what happens when you let these guys go somewhere raw and unprotected.
Yeah, we find Matt making out with a mascot or somebody gets pregnant.
Hey, a lot of lacrosse players are probably sterile. Let's admit it.
Yeah, those dudes hit hard. There's probably not much left down there. And not for like lack of trying. They've got probably more testosterone in their little finger than I have in my whole body. But watching the ball fly into the net, didn't one of the coaches, didn't one of the guys that we talked to actually talk about one kid getting his testicle liquefied by a ball? Isn't that why we decided not to put Matt in net?
Yeah, that was part of it, yep.
That too, and he was macking it with the Brockton Butterface mascot.
So you can kind of see how this episode's going to go. And then
makes you pick your face, and it was Brockton.
I've never even been to Brockton.
We'll close out the episode with a new segment and Sarge's 3 Assholes and 3 Empty Threats. You can find us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/Misguided Musings. You can follow us on Twitter at Musing Podcast. I am at J_K_Oster. Sarge is at Bastard Prophet. Jesse is at HAfricanJ, that's HAfricanJ, and Matt is at An Eclectic Taste. Big news for the show, guys. We finally have a website. It's only been like 8 months, and so go us. It is functional. Tom put a lot of work into it, so if you haven't
And I've already
yet,
posted porn on it.
Click on the website in the right spot. You can see one of each members, spread eagle, on a bed. Looking
So you can see one of each members of the podcast's members.
Actually, it's a fun optical illusion. Our butthole follows you around the room wherever you walk.
Oh boy! So you can go to www.misguidedmusings.com. You can not see our buttholes follow you around the room wherever you go.
Well, you can't.
I promise you that won't be there.
Better get online
No,
right
I promise
now.
you that won't be there. So, gentlemen, let's talk about Brexit real quick. I know that talking to some of you, it wasn't what you immediately thought it was.
I was so fucking broken up when I realized they weren't talking about a breakfast Cheez-It. Seriously, what the fucking fuck? There couldn't possibly be a better name for a breakfast Cheez-It than Brexit. And England fucked it up.
I honestly thought it's what a girl would call it when she got a breast reduction.
So, for those of you who don't know, Britain exited the European Union and then immediately regretted that decision. I kind of think that they probably thought what it was going to be like to see Germany and France hanging out together at a UN meeting and like them kind of staring longingly, thinking that they made a mistake.
I gotta tell you guys, tell you guys a funny story. This reminds me of a situation that happened when I was overseas. I'm not going to name any names here because I don't want to get in trouble here, but there was one particular sergeant that I knew, and he was kind of a goon and nobody really liked him, but somehow he managed to woo one of the women who worked at the local Iraqi PX, and they apparently shared an intimate evening together. and for the rest of the deployment, she wouldn't talk to him. And so we referred to that as buyer's remorse, and I feel like England is feeling the same thing right now.
Well, do you think that England's going to regret this decision and then start spreading rumors like France made them do it, or don't get too close to France?
All I can tell you is I have a feeling that England and France aren't going to be having any conversations in the local facility, that's for sure.
Menage a trois are going to be banned in England.
They're not going to celebrate some time in a bathroom stall.
England started using freedom fries, too.
And freedom toast.
Like, guys, please don't. You're all gonna ruin the economy.
Oh, wow. Did you just take a serious play on Brexit?
Oh, what?
A serious play on Brexit?
No, I was trying to do a Euro punt, then I realized it just sounds like you're all.
I realized that colossal dingleberry Donald Trump couldn't go like 45 seconds without fucking tweeting something stupid. But I love that in Scotland, he's like, everyone's going crazy over here. And everyone in Scotland's like, yeah, because we didn't want to fucking leave the European Union, you giant orange cunt. It was absolutely fascinating. Probably one of the
said it was peaceful and everyone was happy about it.
Their tweets are probably the funniest thing. Like, if you guys get a chance, just Google Scottish Trump tweets. Amazing
I
thing
got
in
it
the
right
world.
Here. And I'll do the
Just
accent.
give us some highlights, buddy. Give us some highlights. 3.
Okay, so Donald Trump said, just arrived in Scotland. Place is going wild over the vote. They took the contract, just like we take back America. No games.
Why does your Donald Trump sound like John Travolta?
I don't know. It's my New York accent.
I feel like you're going to be talking about...
So Tim Footman, Scotland voted stay, you witless fucking cocksplat. Here's another one. Scotland voted overwhelmingly to stay in Europe, you two-paid fuck trumpet. Here's the other one. Scotland voted overwhelmingly to stay in the EU, you weasel-headed fuck nugget.
Fuck trumpet is my favorite by far.
Scotland hates Brexit and you mangled apricot hell beast.
Wait, there's a tweet here that says, this one doesn't sound as good as my trumpet made up. Sorry, that's a Scottish trumpet tweet. A Scottish Trump tweet. I apologize for the confusion.
Oh, man.
I was wondering.
You know what the problem is? Yo-Yo Ma retweeted it, so it's all over the place right now. Because he's a symphony guy.
Oh, boy.
Shut up.
Yeah, we get it.
Fuck you guys.
Yeah, that was a bittersweet symphony joke, wasn't it?
Yeah, Trump is a ball bag. And if you don't know what ball bag is, it's a Glaswegian derogatory term for a useless, just plain stupid imbecile.
Oh, I thought it meant testicles. All right.
Well, it's a ball bag. It's the way they look at it.
Stupid imbecile. It's quite redundant.
So, there was a sleepover at Congress this week. And the only reason I wanted to bring this up was because CNN had a headline out that literally said, the Democrats have pulled out sleeping bags, pillows, and... Please,
someone tell me that Chuck Ringel read ghost stories.
I'm thinking that Elizabeth Warren and some of the other, the more terrible-looking Democrats had topless pillow fights, which is probably really terrible.
Donald Trump showed up and made all the Mexican senators make him a pillow fort.
And then he made them pay for it? I want to know if Elizabeth Warren passed her on a peace pipe.
It's too bad it wasn't full of hemlock.
Oh, man, she sent smoke signal over to the House of Representatives.
I'll say the last thing about the Brexit. I mean, it was that bad it got their pig fucking prime minister to resign.
Listen, he touched a pig inappropriately.
Well, no, he put his genitals in the pig's mouth. There's.
He's a pig fucker.
Yeah, he fucked the pig. Well, I mean, like...
And the new Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, he looks like an alpaca.
Wasn't Boris Johnson the original the mayor of London?
Yes, he was.
Does he own a comb?
And he's an orange-faced alpaca.
Does he own a comb? He looks exactly like the British Donald Trump.
Donald Trump morphed with Owen Wilson.
Oh, so weird. Oh, I got like that throw up. You know, like when you burp? And then you throw open your mouth a little bit when you burp. It's like that gross, like, and you kind of make that face. That's the face I make when I think of British people in general, but Boris Johnson especially.
I think it's a bulldog going, brutal.
We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we are going to talk about our field trip that we took to the Boston Cannons game. So we will be right back.
Are you looking for a beer that's a real downer? One that numbs and takes the pain away? Well, we have something for you. It's Bush League Beers,
Opium Ale,
part of this summer's ISIS Signature Series, brewed with 100% organic Afghan poppies.
American Foreign Policy Certified.
Also with a special additive of
fentanyl, or whatever that is.
So join the epidemic, drink organic, and support America's drug war hypocrisy.
Bush League beer is not responsible for any wars during the making of this ale. It's also 3 times more addictive than regular alcohol and can only be prescribed by your doctor.
We're immune to malpractice suits.
Opium ale is brewed locally in Quincy, Massachusetts.
This is the NSA. You're being put on the no-fly list for listening to this podcast.
And welcome back, everybody. As promised in this segment, we are going to talk about our latest field trip to the Boston Cannons lacrosse game. That would include everything from hanging out with the Ballbusters, who is the fan club, and Jesse was on his own field trip.
We probably could have used a chaperone because I was nude.
Yeah, and he brought his Army helmet with him, which was actually, like, no shit, a full-on Army helmet.
The thing that was weird about
Jordan
that, so you
needs to
guys
stop talking about dicks at sporting events.
I really wish at this point I could explain to you why Christian had an Army helmet, but I don't know.
Here's the thing. It just happened to be in my trunk. It just happened to be in my trunk. It was right next to the Asian hooker and just above the bottle of lube. I just happened to know it was there. I'm sorry.
Was it beside the length of rope?
Asian hooker. Steel Panther, greatest band in the world. Sorry. Let's move on. We're getting a little blue. I don't want to sully this Cannons episode with my dirty talk. So it started off with me meeting the Cannonball Busters, who are the fan club / supporters of the team, and they have their own little area. They've got flags. They've got jerseys. They're a hell of a group of guys. They're honestly a lot of fun to be around. I'll let them introduce themselves.
Ziggy Zaggy, Ziggy Zaggy! Ziggy Zaggy, Ziggy Zaggy!
My name is Tim, and I'm 24 years old.
This is Matt. How old are you, buddy?
24. Birds! That one's on you, Birds. All your fault.
Is just your first name?
Leo.
All right.
And let's see, I've been in the ball buster for 10 years.
Yeah, run around! Walter! Hey, Walter!
Literally our goal just to bust balls, I mean, at the end of the day.
Bikini! Kelly, what's the word for as round as you are tall? What's that word?
Nice shot.
Yeah, they go by Ball Busters for short, which makes sense because they're constantly harassing the other team. So the thing is, we don't know dick about lacrosse, and so our interviews were decidedly not necessarily about lacrosse so much as they were just about shit we were thinking about at the time that we asked the questions. So we talked to some of the guys, and here's what they had to say.
So, first question. We noticed that you guys are called the Ball Busters. We don't see any leather. Explain.
Ball busters. Where did that come from? We're good at busting balls, I guess.
How the hell do I explain that?
What does the name mean to you?
Ball Busters, we try to make the experience of being in Boston the worst possible experience you can have.
Good. Most of the citizens here do that job as well. So.
Absolutely. They don't call us massholes for no reason. I mean, we're all pretty much douchebags.
Hey, you know what? It's a great town if you like one-way streets, that's for sure.
We haven't really considered wearing leather that much, but I'm going to stick that up in my mind to the coach. Hey, we can wear leather if we want.
On a scale of 1 to blackout, what's the drunkest you've ever been at a game?
We got here pretty early one day.
Okay.
And got a little bit drunk. And next thing I know, I am in the driver's seat of my car puking outside the door. And then I don't remember for a few hours after that. I woke up the next time because my ginger brother is a big Bruins fan, and the Bruins just scored. It was a Stanley Cup. I woke up freaking out. I had no idea what's going on. and I look down and there's an IV sticking out of my arm. So my brother's like, don't worry, we're okay.
No, it's fine.
You. I'm like, no, I have a needle sticking out of my arm right now.
It's IV night tonight. It's fine.
He's like, don't worry, the Bruins just scored. We're winning.
All right, so knowing that we don't know anything about lacrosse, and this is our first professional game for all of us, what player on the team is the most kissable?
Most kissable. Yeah. Let's see, I would say Will Manny.
I'll probably guess with Will Manning.
Oh, God. Hawkins. Gotta love those dreads, man. Gotta love those dreads.
Thank you for your contribution, and we appreciate it. All right.
I like that they're willing to take under advisement our leather suggestion. I think that
I was
might
pretty
bring a lot
pumped about
to the
that
team.
myself. Also, I think it's awesome that kid just woke up with an IV in his arm, and his brother was much more concerned about the Stanley Cup.
So, I mean, we realized that after this, we had no idea what we were going to do in the game. We had this whole unique opportunity to have not only like great seats, thanks to Frank and Bree Uni, but we also got these press passes, and so we just kind of followed the crowd and made our way into the stadium.
So what happened is Matt and I got separated, and we went to the other side of the field to interview some fans, and we found this massive amount of kids. It was a lot. Well, how many kids, Matt? Was it like 13, 14 kids?
I would say that was a good estimate, from 10 to 14.
I wanted to ask some questions, but again, I don't know dick about the game. And what was funny is when I asked the kids who their favorite player was, nobody could really agree. But when I asked them who they wanted to vote for, you know what? Let me just play the audio. So, guys, you can just answer all at once, all right? All right. Who is the worst player on the other team?
On the Bayhawks?
On the Bayhawks, yeah.
No. Probably Matt Danowski.
Matt Danowski. Okay. All right, cool. All right. Next question. If you were going to vote for president in 2016, who'd you pick? Kanye. That's weird.
Donald Trump.
You guys want Trump?
Yes.
Not Trump. Donald Trump?
Definitely not Trump.
So we've got Kanye, not Trump, and other.
Yeah, and other category.
Other.
Yeah.
I like your thinking. All right, last question. Who's got a sweeter jersey to be drawn on a van? The Bayhawks or the Cannons? Cannons. Nice. All right. Thanks a lot, guys. That's all we need. I appreciate your help. No. I don't know if you noticed, but there's no cameras. Yeah. This is just a podcast, so we're not cool yet, but we will be cool eventually. All right. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a good night. Go Cannons. Kanye West for president. I'll vote for him. Couldn't be worse than Donald Trump.
So we got to watch the Ballbusters kind of like in their own habitat, and these guys are 10 feet away from the opposing team's bench, and they don't swear at the opposing team. They heckle, but they're respectful when they do it. That's pretty cool. I don't know. Do you guys have any thoughts kind of on the heckling? I think it was a lot of fun, and I think they got more under the player's skin by not swearing at them and being derogatory.
Well, I asked them actually. I just asked them if they ever, get a little out of hand or whatever. And what was funny is they actually said that, number one, I mean, this is a family game. And even though it's kind of a rough sport, there's a lot of people that bring their kids there, and those kids actually really pay attention to the game, and they're big fans of the team. They didn't want to ruin the experience for the families and make it uncomfortable for them. And the other reason is, they kind of want to keep that respectability. Yeah, they're a fan club, and they call themselves the Ballbusters, but they're really there for a good time. They want to help the team. They want to support their team. And the last thing on earth they want to do is get kicked out. So they just wanted to be responsible and friendly. And one of the other things that's really funny about it is I found, in just watching them work with the other team, that a lot of the times by the end of the game, the other team's kind of laughing at them too. So I think that's really unique about these guys. And I asked them if other fan clubs are like that, and they said not really. So from the limited view that I had, it seems like these guys are really the only fan club that's this mobile and this vocal towards the other team. And even to the point where when other people start trashing the opposing team, if they start swearing and they start getting vulgar, those dudes get shut down by the Ballbusters. So I think that's pretty impressive.
So anyway, halftime comes around. The Boston Cannons are up. and we this is where we kind of parted ways with
the Ballbusters.
The Ballbusters.
The Ballbusters.
We went down onto the field.
I was already about 12 cannonballs deep at this point.
Just a real quick bit of background. When Christian got the press passes, he only got 3 of them, and then Rachel or Joe, if you're listening, we apologize, but we snuck Tom onto the field with us because we were kind of lost without him. And so for Tom to make himself look a little bit more official, he stuck a pen behind his ear, and he just kind of walked with his chest out a little bit, and it seemed to work. He also showed one security guard a little bit of leg, and that seemed to get us through.
Side note, if you have press passes, you can bring alcohol onto the field. And the side eye I got from the security guards, every single one of them. Lesson learned.
So we got on the field, right, and we had these press passes, and we had no fucking clue what we were going to do with them. So we kind of just stick to what we know, which is asking questions that have nothing to do with anything.
Will, how are you? My name's Christian.
Christian, how you doing, man?
So we work in the Misguided Musings podcast. We don't want to waste too much of your time because I know you just finished up.
Yep.
We don't know anything about lacrosse. We wanted to ask you some funny questions if you're okay with that.
I'll try my best.
Cool.
It's not a speed round, is it?
No, you're good.
I have to really think.
I'll give you some time.
I got beat up tonight.
All right. Who's the worst player on your team, and why does he suck?
I'm going to say Mitch because he hit me in a bad spot last night.
All right, fair enough. Who's the most huggable player on your team?
Huggable player. I guess you have to go with. Might be me because I'm the smallest guy.
We're gonna come back to that,
hug
but
guy.
I actually have some corroborative evidence from the crowd.
Okay.
If you were a candy bar, what candy bar would you be?
Snickers.
Snickers.
Don't know why.
All right. What's it like to have abs? Because I don't have them. So
it's fun when they kind of come and go a little bit, and when you figure out it's beach season, it's pretty nice. You gotta like it. Maybe you should try.
All right. So follow-up question. We've talked to a lot of your fans, and your fans have said that you, of all the players, you and Josh Hawkins are the most kissable members of the team. So
I hope they were
my
girls.
question is,
I hope they were girls.
Sadly, no. So my question
so unfortunate.
my question is, can we at least give you a hug?
Absolutely.
All right.
Let's do it.
There we go.
Appreciate it, guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Great game tonight. Congratulations. Awesome win, buddy. Awesome win. And then we got to meet up with Josh Hawkins. Unfortunately for us, we don't know much about the game, so we're going to ask you some questions that have nothing to do with lacrosse if you're okay with that.
I love that. I love that.
Cool. If your playing style were a Crayola crayon, what would the name of your color be?
Other?
Yeah. Other?
Yeah.
Great color. I love that. All right. Have you ever had sex in the back of a Volkswagen?
I drive a Volkswagen.
So that's a confirmed. That's an affirmative. We're going to say affirmative. We're going to say yes on that. He won't say yes, but it's a yes. Who's the most huggable member on the team?
Oh, we're all huggers. We're all huggers. Maybe I'd say Will Manny though. I think he started the hugging.
He's the hugger?
Yeah, he started it.
Well, we just got a hug from him, so that's fair.
There you go.
And then the final question from all of us here in Misguided Musings: what's it like to have abs?
I think I have 4 right now. I've been working on it. I'm trying to get to 5, then to 6. So it's been a slow process. We all have them. They're under there.
All right, nice. All right, I got a quick follow-up. So we asked the Ballbusters, which is your fan club, who was the most kissable member on the team. You came in second place next to Will.
Wow, I did.
So my question is, if you had to say who was more kissable, you or Will, who is it?
Me. I got great lips.
It's you? All right. Yeah. Follow-up question. Would you hug the 4 of us?
Yes.
All right, let's do it.
Thank you, man. I don't care. One last question. As part of the Canons, do you get any special discounts on Canon cameras or the equipment?
No, but
that is bullshit.
Huh? We should,
we need to get in touch with Canon.
So I would say overall it was a pretty fucking cool experience. The Cannons versus the Bayhawks was definitely a great game to go to. It's a pretty big rivalry, and they set up the season series. So I wasn't sure what to expect really going in. I know I've said that, but I think I need to reiterate that this was a great experience. It's like hockey, but on grass or turf, and so very, very cool thing to do, and something I would never have done if it wasn't for everybody who helped us get there and helped the podcast get here. So thank you all to them.
Yeah, we got to first and foremost thank Frank and Bree Uni for not only giving us their season tickets so that we could go to the game, but also hooking me up with Joe Shannon. We got to thank Joe for hooking us up with Rachel Murphy and letting her know that we were interested in coming to the game. She got us the press passes, and then I have to thank Griffin Kirkwood, who taught us how to use press passes, because when I Googled how to press pass, it was not very helpful. Overall, we had an amazing time. We also got to thank the Cannonball Busters again for bringing us into their family and letting us hang out with them and ask them some really weird questions. I'm a little disconcerted with how natural it felt for them to explain why there was no leather. But if you want to follow the Cannonball Busters, they are at C-A-N, Ball Busters on Twitter. If you want to follow the team, they're at Boston Cannons. Then on Facebook, the team is Boston Cannons Official, and on Instagram, they are Lax Cannons. That's L-A-X Cannons. But yeah, thanks again, guys. Amazing time. Can't wait to go to the next game. And that's all I got.
So I think what we're going to do now, guys, is kick it to a break. And so on the other side of this, you will hear Sarge's 3 Assholes, 3 Empty Threats, and a brand new segment I came up with called What the Hell America. So we'll be back.
Hey, Don, how's it going?
Living the dream. I'm actually just getting ready to do this commercial.
Oh, you mean the commercial where I tell our listeners to tune into Gear Network every week to listen to our show, Get Ready America? That one?
Yeah, John, that's the one.
They can also listen to us talk about news, sports, whatever's on our minds, that.
And a little of what's on our listeners' minds, but they're just too nice to say it.
Well, that, Dawn, is a real humdinger.
Humdinger.
Come join us this and every week for Get Ready America exclusively on the Gear Radio Network.
And the Gear Network app.
Hey, Gear Network listeners, quick question for you before we get back to the podcast, just real quick. How we doing? I'd like to know. I'd like to know all the feedback. If you have feedback on any of the shows, any of the personalities, any of the promotions, anything that we do, if you have a quick second, just go to GearNetwork.com. Underneath the site content banner, there's the Contact Us form. There is a form that you actually fill out. It comes directly to me, the owner of Gear Network, John Cimino. It comes directly to me, and I'll be able to take that feedback and use that to advance our product. Yes, we may have the Gear Network brand here in our Gear Network studios, but it is 150% built by you guys. We thrive on your feedback. We thrive on what you, the listeners, like to hear. So if you could let me know, that would be great. Again, GearNetwork.com, go to the site content banner and choose Contact Us. Thank you very much from all of us here at the Gear Radio Network.
And welcome back. So as promised, we are giving you Sarge's Assholes and Empty Threats again. And Sarge, take it away.
All right. Number 3. The guy who plays his car stereo really loud when he's stopped at a fucking red light. All right, kid. We all get it. You like gasolina. Bad news, though. Your shitty Best Buy speakers make it sound like there's old beer cans fucking in your trunk. Here's a thought. How about you turn down the music before I climb in your passenger side window, take control of your car, and steer it directly into oncoming travel? You simple defect fuck.
I love how the person in your example has to be in their mid-30s because they're linked to gasolina.
So here's the thing. I used to work on Newbury Street, and in the summertime, these dudes would drive down the street in their like shitty souped up Hondas, and they have the windows rolled down, and every single fucking car was playing Gasolina. The thing is, this was 2013, so it wasn't even that long ago. Gasolina's from like what, 2006, 2007?
I love that that's the level of ghetto that Newbury Street gets.
Oh god, it's the fucking worst. And the word is these dickheads, they drive all the way down to Mass Ave. Then they take a right on Mass Ave, a right on Com Ave, and then they go all the way down to fucking, I don't remember the name of the street. Huntington. And then they turn on Huntington and then back on Newbury. So they just do this big
now,
fucking dickhead loop over and over and over again. Yeah, of course. Of course.
Is Huntington a one-way? Is it a left or a right? I wanted to get more specific with the in-town directions we're given.
Let me help you out here. It's 4 fucking rights, you douchebag. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's a loop. It's a big loop. And it makes me want to jam.
I was going to say, at the same time you want to jam a pencil in that guy's eardrum, can I give credit to the guy who sits at a crosswalk while people are walking at their slowest that they could possibly ever walk, and he's blaring "Move, bitch, get out the way"?
Fair enough. Fair enough. That's okay. That's some good work right there, actually. That's a guy who knows what he's doing. He's got it queued up. He's ready for it.
I watched that happen in Boston like 3 weeks ago. I was like, that is fucking awesome. That man wins the day.
It's almost as poignant as the guy at like a Little League game that plays Gary Glitter.
Mistakes were made. Mistakes were made.
Oh boy. All right. So what's asshole number 2?
Number 2, the guy who gives you a fucking scratch ticket as a gift. Hey, thanks for giving me something that will almost definitely disappoint me. If you wanted me to throw away that you wasted $10, why don't you just give me the receipt from the last time you saw a scary movie in the movie theaters? Next time I get a fucking scratch ticket as a present, I'm gonna roll it up and jam it in your fucking eye. Giving somebody a scratch ticket is basically like saying, here, throw this away for me.
Dude, at the very least, you could get a penny to scratch it with.
I would rather you just gave me the fucking $10, you asshole. Oh, I'm gonna go to the store. I'm gonna throw $10 in the trash, and I'm gonna give you this piece of cardboard. Then you now have to scratch these weird cancerous silver filings off, and then not win anything and throw that in the trash. Fuck me, right? Thanks for the gift, douchebag.
Well, if you're Jesse, what you do is you scrape those weird silver cancerous filings off, and then you snort them to see if you can get high.
I want to make a little addition too. The only thing worse than the guy who gives you the scratch ticket is that fucking asshole in line who, like, you just need to go to work. You're buying a Red Bull, you're buying, a bag of chips. And there's this dickhead in line who's like, what's our number, 27? What number is that on? Oh, I'll take a 32, a number 7, 4 6s. And I'm like, dickhead, I just want to go to work. Get the fuck out of the way.
2 number 4s, a number 5. Can I get a little bit of my children's fading love for me? My wife's disinterest.
That fucking asshole spending his kid's DeVry University fund on those fucking shitty mass windfall fucking... Oh, God, I want to punch that guy right in the throat.
So the only guy worse than that, I think, is the guy who gives you the scratch ticket and he's like, hey, if you win on that scratch ticket, we got to split it 50-50.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck you. You just gave me a $10 fucking scratch ticket. If I win, I'm taking that to the bank and fucking burning your house down.
You spent $10 on this. That's how much I'm worth to you. Hey, Dad, look, I made it into DeVry. All right, I got to head down to Cumbies and try to scratch you on tuition.
Besides, if I win on a scratch ticket and it's a shit ton of money, I have enough money to be an asshole now.
Well, I mean, you could be an asshole for free.
Luckily, it's only DeVry, so he just needs to hit big, like on a $20 scratch ticket, and he's good.
You mean like $50?
I was just going to say break even, but yeah, whatevs.
All right, hit us with asshole number 1.
Number 1. People who constantly remind you that records sound better than MP3s. Nothing beats the warm sound of a record. I know this because you loudly fucking announce it over and over and over again. We get it. You're an aficionado. Congratulations. You're 1 pack of Clove cigarettes and a pair of Fry boots away from being worse than a douchebag. One more word out of you, Skylar, and I'm going to open your head. The way that everybody thought that gorilla was going to open that little kid's head, that's why they shot it. Forget it.
I'd like to hear more about the gorilla, please.
Well, I mean, that's why because they thought that the gorilla was going to crack the kid's head open.
Split his head open like Tim Curry in the end of Kong.
Yes, exactly. I was going to dash it against the rocks.
Scared, Amy, blasted. Do you think the gorilla yelled 5-0 as he got...
Dude, there's really nothing like... You're listening to an MP3 and then somebody's like, oh man, I have this on vinyl. It sounds so much better on vinyl. It's so much warmer. And I'm like,
that is Matt.
Warm is not a fucking sound, you asshole. Warm is what you feel, not what you hear. Oh my God, Berkeley College of Music.
I refuse to listen to anything that was the default format that the Nazis used to listen to music.
Hey, Wagner had some good tunes, bro.
Then he should have put them on a computer.
If he's so smart, why is he dead? I think we should put an episode on vinyl.
All right, you know what? I want to know. Some people tweet us. Tell us on Twitter, @MusingspodCast on Twitter. Let us know how many of you would actually purchase a vinyl version of one of our shows.
And what we mean by that is a vinyl couch with the episode written on it.
On the backside is just Matt rambling something anti-Semitic.
You play it backwards. I sound
if you play Matt's audio
intelligent,
if you play Matt's audio backwards, he actually sounds a lot like Martin Luther King.
I have a dream.
I have a fucking dream, you cunts.
All right. So those are this week's 3 assholes, 3 empty threats. Does anybody else have anything they want to add before we go into our new segment?
I'm sick and tired of the assholes at work that are like, have a good night, and it's a fucking Monday night, and like I'm gonna see their fucking ugly mug for the next 4 fucking days, and I have to endure 4 more monotonous days at work. Yeah, it's so fucking disingenuous for these assholes to fucking do this with their sheen grin. It's like, how enthusiastic is your fucking life at home that you have to show up to work this fake and fraud? It pisses me off.
You may just have Asperger's.
It's possible.
Someone wishes you, like, have a good Monday night, and you're like, you piece of
Fuck
shit.
you, I hope you die.
How dare you smile at me? It's Monday.
Well, they get the sheen grin because I think they just open their mouths up next to their lover or play Dunky Dunks in their fucking toilet.
I don't know what's happening right now. You know what I do?
Hold a smile, you sociopath.
You know what I do? Is
what happened in your childhood?
Every time I leave work, I just look at my employees and say, I'm sorry, I'm working tomorrow too.
I'm not supposed to be here today.
Hey, Matt, I hope you have a good night.
Matt, you have a great Monday night, bro.
I hate Mondays.
Looks like somebody's got a case of the Mondays.
I'm going to get Matt one of those posters of the Garfield that just says hang in there.
Definitely the cat hanging off the clothesline.
No, every other day at work is fine. It's just Monday.
I have that
suck.
same poster, except it has David Carradine instead.
It's just him in a closet. Bye, guys.
I recently bought the Disney version, which features Robin Williams.
Oh no.
We're going to move on to a new segment that I've come up with. It's called What the Hell America. We're going to read a couple news stories. The idea is that I'm going to give just enough information for the guys on the show to have to guess where in America this took place.
All right.
Florida.
The answer is always going to be Florida. Or Orange County,
Alabama.
California.
No.
Alabama.
Okay.
Here you go. Ready? I'm going to start with the headline. Murder suspect eludes arrest by ditching prosthetic leg with GPS tracker.
Alabama. Gotta be.
Mississippi.
I'm going to say New York. It's got to be near water.
So are we ready for
Louisiana?
There's two ways we could do this. I can read through the first paragraph of the article and blank out the name, or I can
read through the first paragraph of the article.
Okay. A gun suspect on house arrest swapped his prosthetic leg and its attached GPS ankle monitor for a spare limb. He then went on the loose, shooting a man to death, while authorities believed he remained inside his home in blank. Quincy Green appeared to have
his name was
a
Quincy?
strong alibi for killing last month.
Illinois. It's got to be
Quincy
Illinois.
Green, yep. A GPS monitor attached to his body that showed he hadn't moved in days. But the tracker had been mistakenly attached to his prosthetic leg. This allowed Green to trade limbs and leave the house.
I gotta know. Where's this guy from?
Hold on, so it gets better.
How could it get any better?
The surveillance video showed a man with a severe limp. The police discovered, through a warrant, that the man's prosthetic leg with the GPS attachment was still in the box. The guy forgot to put his leg back on with the GPS bracelet, ruining his alibi.
Oh, man.
So
Where is it? I gotta know.
Turns out he was upset because he heard the euphemism a one-legged man in an ass-kicking.
Oh, man.
He was like, oh,
when he put the bracelet on the wrong leg, it really gave him a leg up on the competition, that's for sure.
does anybody want to adjust their guesses before we do
I
this?
still think Mississippi.
I'm gonna say Louisiana.
I'm going to go New Orleans.
That's Louisiana, actually. They're in the same state.
Never mind, I'll stay with New York.
Washington, D.C.
Wow.
Oh, he threw it in the Potomac. That's fucked up.
What? No, he kept the leg.
my
He kept it in his house. What the hell, America? All right, so this next story. Dummies arrested after bragging about alleged burglary on Facebook.
Florida.
Oh, that could be any state.
California.
That could be any
Florida.
state. I'm going to say Florida.
I'm going California.
I'm going to say Florida, too.
2 blank men learned the hard way that it's not best to brag about your crimes on social media. Bradarius Glenn
His name
Collins
was Radarius?
posted
It's like
a
his mom
Facebook
was like,
video.
how can I find the most complicated name possible? What are they going to call him?
Sounds like a skin disease.
Like, what's the shorting of Radarius?
What's the symptoms of Rodarius?
That looks red. You should get it checked out. It might be Radarius.
Those are my mom's favorite flowers to plant.
Sorry, continue.
That's right. He posted a live Facebook video in May under the name Collins Rodarius, because that's really
being conspicuous there, huh?
Really not that far off.
Sherlock
Huh?
Holmes.
He might as well have just posted not Darius's Facebook.
Yeah, no shit. In which he and two of his friends flashed stacks of money and boasted we got a safe. Police used the video to arrest Collins, as well as a 27-year-old Marcus Terrell Parker. The third suspect remains at large. The video is still online. The men were accused of stealing a safe with more than $500,000 in jewelry. The police said the suspects were not only lousy at being crooks, they were even worse at cutting deals for stolen goods. They sold $500,000 worth of jewels for $1,300.
Oh, they had to be meth heads. They have to be meth heads.
Now that we've gone through the story, do either of you
I'd
or
still
any of you
say
want to
Florida.
change your original
I'm going to
guesses?
stick with Florida.
I'm going to Atlanta.
Atlanta's in Georgia, bud.
Christian and Matt have it right with Florida.
Yes!
Yes! I knew it was a meth head.
Tie game right now. Tie game between me and Matt.
Oh, did you want a third one? I'm sure I could probably come up with it real
if
quick.
you don't have one already queued up.
The rule of threes, Jordan.
Well, all right. Well, I didn't know if we were going to do this. Massive fart gets soccer player kicked out of game. This isn't actually in America. I just thought it was really funny. I don't know if you guys want to take a guess.
Give us a region.
Arctic.
Norway.
Matt, you have a guess?
Russia.
The gassy penalty came during a weekend match with two lower division blank soccer teams. Adam blank, because I don't want to give it away real quick.
I might have to change my answer.
Adam was given a red card. And kicked out of the game for unsportsmanlike behavior when he farted loud enough for the referee to hear him. He swears he didn't mean anything by his windbreaking. He said, "I needed to fart. I had a bad stomach, so I just farted and received a yellow card and then a red." I asked the referee, "What? You can't fart in the field?" And he replied, "No." Oh boy! So the ref in question later said that it was a deliberate provocation, and once there was a player that stood and peed next to the pitch, and I showed him a yellow card too. Okay, do you guys want to change your guess?
I mean, his name's
on
Adam.
where
That's
this
tough,
person's
man.
from. I'll give you his middle name. It's
So you
Lyndon.
said Arctic.
Canada.
Okay. I'm gonna say Scotland.
That's not Arctic, man.
But it's not too far. Oh, I guess you're right, Christian. Yeah, I'm gonna say Sweden. Sorry, Sweden.
I'm going to stick with Canada, I think. It could be from Yellowknife.
Adam Linden.
Oh, I
Lundqvist.
should have stuck with Scandinavian team. God damn it.
Of one of the
That was
Swedish
good.
soccer teams. Of one of the Swedish teams. So it wasn't a What the Hell America, but I really laughed because the video that there's attached to this, it talks about Americans' farting habits. And so I ended up getting the article from that. But so What the Hell America, Matt wins the first round of What the Hell America. That's
something
it,
to be
guys.
proud
That's
about.
a wrap.
Seriously,
So,
that's pretty fucking amazing. You got kicked out of a soccer game for farting. The score is what?
Matt got 2, you got 1, and Jesse has a big fat 0.
I think Jesse fell asleep for the last one.
Well, I mean, Jesse really wasn't in contention for it.
Yep, I'm out.
Yeah, well, I think he was busy walking around
This
sticky
week,
places.
you and Matt.
He's a sticky kind of guy.
Until next time, you can find us and follow us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/Misguided Musings. On Twitter at Musing Podcast. I am at J_K_Oster. Matt is at Neglected Taste. Christian is at Bastard Prophet. Jesse is at H African J. That's African J. The Boston Cannons are at Boston Cannons. The Boston Cannon Ballbusters are at Can Ballbusters.
You can also follow the Boston Cannons on Facebook at Boston Cannons Official and on Instagram at Lax Cannons. And if you want to buy tickets to a Cannons game, you can either call the front office, which their phone number will be on their website. You can buy the tickets online through Ticketmaster or through their website, or you can actually just show up at the box office at Harvard Stadium on game days to purchase tickets.
Don't forget, we now have the website up. You go to www.misguidedmusings.com. You can email the show there. You can get direct links to our Facebook, Twitter, and you can listen to episodes. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you on episode 21.
The preceding presentation has been brought to you by the Gear Network.